The history of the United States of America is also the history of immigrants. My speech today is going to be regarding the current humanitarian parole program for Cubans, Haitian, Venezuelan, and Nicaraguans. American Immigration Council published on October 31, 2023, DHS may grant parole to someone if there are urgent or significant public benefit reasons for doing so. USCIS stated that an urgent humanitarian reason might include protection against targeted or individualized harm. Individuals who are not eligible for admission into the United States but who can demonstrate an urgent humanitarian reason for being allowed to enter or stay in the country may be granted humanitarian parole. I believe you will find this information important because the current social political situation of Haiti is not safe and the citizens cannot go back after 2 years of living overseas. That is why we need to join voice to ask the current administration to keep this program open and ameliorated. I became aware of this program on January 6, 2023, when the Biden-Harris administration decided to add Haiti in the humanitarian parole program because of its social and political crisis. I became right away a sponsor for my family because I knew and shared the pain that living in Haiti was causing them. And now, being in the US, I can see how it has positively changed their lives. With my social media platform providing updates about the program, I receive many testimonies from a lot of people who shared how this program brought hope for a better future. In my speech today, I will first share data from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce regarding jobs availability in the United States, the decision of Judge Drew Tipton regarding the trial that happened in August 2023 between 20 states and the Biden-Harris administration, an opposing view and the way I will refute it, then my call to action. On November 14, 2023, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce published on its website an article wrote by Stephanie Ferguson, who is the Director, Global Employment Policy and Special Initiative, that job openings have largely increased in most states since February 2020. Nearly every state has more job openings today than it had before the pandemic. Job openings are slowly down in some states, but Delaware, South Carolina, and Mississippi have had an increase in job opening by 50% or more between 2020 and August 2023. States on average had a 23% job opening increase from February 2020 to August 2023, a sign that businesses are still creating jobs across the nation. Prior to the pandemic, 11 states had more than 200,000 job openings. That number has grown to 14 states as of August 2023. 16 states had fewer than 50,000 vacant jobs prior to the pandemic. Now, that number has shrunk to 11. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce published on August 7, 2023, an interview that Thaddeus Swanek, the senior writer and editor of Strategic Communications, had with Richard Carter, who is the founder and managing member of Cardu Hay Co. in Buckeye, Arizona, that if I have more workers, I can expand my business, stated Mr. Richard Cardew. Carter believes modernizing America's immigration system to better meet our nation's economic needs is key to helping alleviate this ongoing worker shortage. With enough workers, we could grow exponentially, Cardew says. There is plenty of work. I am booked all the time, but we are stuck in the mud as far as growth goes. There's plenty of product. There's just no way to get it there without people. It's a hard job. You are unloading 100 pounds bales of hay in Arizona in the summer in a metal barn. It might be 120 degrees. It's just tough to find people willing to do that, Cardew says. I mean, reliable people who will show up on time, do a good job, and take pride in their work. For the most part, Americans don't apply for these sorts of jobs. In an article that was published on August 25, 2023 by Associated Press, American not-for-profit news agency, written by Juan A. Lozano, George asked if poverty qualifies for Biden policy letting migrants from foreign countries into U.S. But lawyers with the U.S. Justice Department and the immigrant rights group argued migrants from Cuba, escalating violence, and worsening political conditions that have endangered their lives. Now let's look at an opposing view. Every state in America, especially border states like Texas, is being crushed by the impact of illegal immigration, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton said in a statement to Fox News Digital. The Biden open borders agenda has created a humanitarian crisis that is increasing crime and violence in our street, overwhelming local communities, and worsening the opioid crisis. This unlawful amnesty program, which will invite hundreds of thousands of aliens into the U.S. every year, will only make the immigration crisis drastically worse. Yes, it is true that hundreds of thousands will enter into the U.S. However, the Biden administration has said that the program is one of a number of ways it is expanded lawful migration pathways as a way to combat the ongoing migrant surge at the border that has seen historic numbers hit the border each month and is calling on Congress to pass a broader immigration reform bill. Separately, it has used humanitarian parole to allow Afghanistan and Ukrainians into the U.S. in the last year. Roberto Velasco, Mexico Foreign Relations Department's Director of North American Affairs, echoed Mayorkas' comments that the recent changes are a success. The measures announced that by the United States have begun delivering important results with the twin objectives of opening avenues to regular migration and also considerably reducing risk associated with irregular migration flows. Judge Drew Barnett Tipton of the United States District Court for the Southern District of Texas during the trial on August 24, 2023, asked Texas lawyers how the states could be claiming financial losses if data shows that the parole program has actually reduced the number of migrants coming into the U.S. In the 6 months, you have actually spent less on the people from those countries. Tipton said that he was uncomfortable with issuing any temporary order in the case that will halt the parole program nationwide, as there are U.S. states that say the initiative has benefited them. Immigrants contribute to make the United States of America a great nation. The humanitarian parole program for Cubans, Haitian Venezuelans, and Nicaraguans has to remain open after 2025. I ask that you value immigrants. I have a petition that will be sent to the governor of Massachusetts. And please, I ask that you sign this petition, and the link can be found under the video below. Thank you.